Nollywood, the vibrant movie industry, and bring into your homes the various aspects of the industry. I am Koye Shutadi, and this is Nollywood Uncut. Glad you could join us. Ayinla, the biopic, tells the story of the musician Ayinla Omowura, who used Akpala music to address issues of contemporary societal issues and weaves a beautifully crafted love story to make an enthralling film. Shot in Abeokuta, Ogun State, the film stars Lateef Adedimeji, who played Ayinla, Omomi Dada, Bimbo Manuel, Ade Laoye, Kunle Afolayan, Bimbo Ademoye, Mr. Macaroni, and many others. This is the veteran Tunde Kilani's first movie since his 2015 dazzling Mirage. First, we take you on a quick trip behind the scenes before we check out the highlights of the premiere.
And then we cut. All right. I know Abeokuta fairly well, and growing up in the community, you know, I learned so many things. I experienced so many things, especially my cultural experiences. Valuable to me, and we all, you know, grew up hearing Ayinla Omowura, and you know, Abeokuta produced three main musical children. First of all, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, who I knew fairly well and followed, and then there's Ebenezer Obey, who is a conservative. Fela is like elitist, but Ayinla Omowura grew up on the street. Coming from a very poor background, he had to fend for himself, but undeniably he has a talent which is very, very hard to replicate. And he got all the ideas for his music and his essence from Abeokuta. So I doubt if Ayinla Omowura could have come from any part of the world except from Abeokuta. And in this production, it is based loosely on the Ayinla Omowura music and personality, but it's non-biographical. But it's not the only character. Abeokuta itself is a principal character in this film. You know, so this is what I wanted to do in the last 5 years. And thank God, thank God it's happening in my lifetime. Yes. You are not excited, but you start like connect the back. So I started writing the next one. Okay, you're right. Story from top. After the traffic, stand by and action.
Well, I mean, first of all, let me say it's really a privilege, you know, taking part in this movie by the great icon and mentor Tunde Kilani. and I'm playing the role of Ajala, Olabisi Ajala, and Ajala really is known as a world traveler. He's been celebrated, by a lot of artists and musicians. And I think he played really key and vital roles, during his time, especially between the 60s and the 80s. The role is also key to the story that we're telling now, which is directly linked to Ayinla Omowura. And I'm really glad to be playing this. When TK called and said, "Look, Kunle, we would like for you to do this," I did a bit of research, on the guy. Of course, most of us grew up listening to Ebenezer Obey and some people who have really, sing praises of Olabisi Ajala in the past. So this is, really privilege. Is a huge privilege for me.
Stand by, shooting. Stand by.
I was going to the school.
What's it like here?
Right now we're on the set of Ayinla, the movie, which is a biopic of the legendary music maestro from the Egba land, who is called Ayinla Omowura. And I play the character Deborah. Deborah. Beautiful, intelligent, educated young lady in the 70s who happened to meet Ayinla, and then of course there was a love relationship between herself and Ayinla. She happened to be Ayinla's the very last woman in Ayinla's love life, and a catalyst to what resulted to Ayinla's death. So she is very important in that story. She meets Ayinla at the later part of his life, helped him to become, a better person. Got him into, the educated social rights character and things like that. Unfortunately, she kind of became the catalyst to the events that ended his life.
Ayinla Omowura is a popular person, and so it is basically bringing all of his mannerism and way of life into me and dropping me to pick him up and then deliver the role for the movie. So it wasn't easy at all. It's still not easy. We're still trying to make sure we get it right, because Ayinla doesn't really have documentation like videos and all of that, so it was really difficult getting a grab of this is what you can look at to get this kind of person. So basically interpreting and then getting his characterization is basically from what one I've heard about him, people that are close to him in those days, what they said about him and all of that. So I had to build all of the characters on my own from what I've heard about him, because I don't know him, I've never seen him, and there are no videos of him that this is him, this is how he does stuff of him. But words from people, books and all of that could tell, then I can put them all together and then soak myself in the character.
Sonorous Akpala music rends the air at the premiere for Ayinla, a loose musical biopic based on the life of Ayinla Yusuf, popularly known as Ayinla Omowura. Some of the prominent cast and guests arrive in their best Yoruba party impression, grooving to the sound of the man who was part of the Akpala golden era. Directed by the acclaimed Tunde Kelani, a staunch fan of the musician and lover of culture, Ayinla charts a new course for storytelling in Nollywood.
Ayinla Omowura lost London for a musical tour.
I knew of him. We didn't really grow up listening to his music in my house. My parents were not big Akpala music fans, but I knew of him just as far, for the culture. So getting to tell the story of his life, I'm so blown away and just so amazed by the person that he was. You have to watch the whole film to get the context. The thing with films like this that are inspired by somebody's life is that you really get to see what makes the person who they are. So it's hard to take one out. It's hard to take one moment out of the entire story. But I think you just see the quick rise and the quick fall of this man who made such an impact on Nigerian music. So you have to see everything.
Comic actor Adedimeji Lateef played the title character, and his first challenge was to understand the character and his music. Unlike Adedimeji, Debo Adebayo, popularly known as Mr. Macaroni, is well acquainted with the story of Ayinla and played his close associate and manager Bayewu, who was also convicted for killing Ayinla in a barroom brawl.
My father is a big fan of Ayinla, so I've heard some of his music. So, of course, I had to read more, do research. Okay, who was this person? How did he live his life? What happened? This, that. In all, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. He is someone that did a lot in promoting the Yoruba culture. You know, I mean, you need to listen to a lot of his music and know what they represent. Ayinla was able to attract a lot of people, you know, to the Yoruba sound and the Akpala sound, which was very beautiful, you know, because then it drew a lot of people. Ayinla brought a lot of people into the world of Akpala.
Even though Ayinla gained prominence for his musical excellence, he's also notorious for his flaming temper and affinity to start a fight.
Yeah, well, I think it goes beyond just exposure for the genre, the music genre. Okay. It's a revolution. That's where I say it. It is a revolution because so many things happen in this project, as far as I'm concerned. One, we are beginning to tell the story, to tell our own stories. And I'm happy that we have started to do this before our people out there, as the white man now comes back, takes this thing and goes to repackage it and brings it back to sell to us. So I'm excited that we are more conscious about telling our own stories.
Mo gbọ́ pé òun plan láti gbé Àyìnlá Ọmọwúrà lọ sí London for a musical tour.
Ṣé bí wọ́n ní kò sáyé àpàlà ní London?
Àwa máa gbé àpàlà wọ London.
London.
And this is going to be Ayinla's debut.
Discover his essence.
Alhaji Ayinla ni mo wá rí.
Láti bo. The roots that bore him.
Èmi ò kì í ṣe ìyàwó yín.
Ìyàwó mi rẹ o. Ǹjẹ́ ilé ọmọ àbúrò ìyá mi gangan báyìí ni.
Mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wo ọmọ yẹn lọ.
Àìdẹ́ pé torí ìwà ìdí náà ló ṣe fẹ́ di sóyòyò tó ń bóra.
His music. His craft.
Lọ forúkọ mi sí London tí ẹ ń lọ yẹn.
Má bàbá travel. Ẹgbẹ́ ti pín.
Nìkan bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ eré bì, wọ́n kó tọ́ọ̀gì lọ. Nítorí bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ eré bì, wọ́n kó tọ́ọ̀gì lọ.
Mo rò pé ìgbàgbọ́n ṣe é. Èmi ni wàá ti gbà ní iṣẹ́ kiri sí.
New York bá wa rọ́ọ̀lù mi, ṣé kí n máa wòran ni?
What did we do to him?
Àyìnlá nìkan ló lè ṣe.
We are in business.
Behind the scenes and the premiere of Tunde Kelani film, Ayinla. When we return from a short break, we bring you more from Nollywood. Please stay tuned. It sounds like it's going to be an enchanting movie, judging by who's making it. Ramsey Noah is at the driver's seat and Chris Ode, the engine room of the upcoming movie, Verified. As usual, we take you through the whole process of the big films. Let's find out more about this film.
It's the genuineness of the story that attracted me to it, because you could see that these are ladies who want to share their stories with other ladies. I remember when we were talking about casting, and there's something she said to me one day and said, we don't want to cast women who are living their regular lives against what we believe in this project. We want people who leave out what we want to portray in this message. And I was like, wow, this is quite genuine. You know, we just make films and sell films, you know, and get people to buy these films. But for someone to want to do this genuinely and make sure that what we see is what we get from the people we are casting, is one thing I find remarkable about this project. Secondly, I fell in love with the people, the kind of casting that we're doing. We have top-notch actresses and actors from Nigeria, from Ghana, from South Africa. And I'm like, this is a Pan-African movie. You know, without knowing, we have moved from just the Nigerian woman to the African woman and even the African people, you know, to show how we can partner, how we can make great movies. And it's not just, we're not saying we're casting people from other countries, we're talking about partnering. So we're getting some funding from some people in the southern part of Africa. We're getting some support from people in other parts of West Africa, as I said before, Ghana and things like that. So it's a proper Pan-African movie.
If you notice in today's now, girls also, a lot of people feel that same way. We are scared to tell our fellow girls that, oh, this is what we're going through in life, because they'll gossip about you probably, or they might not even be interested. I know a lot of females will have male besties more than who kind of like confide in. So Verified is a story saying that I can pick up my phone and call my girl in the middle of the night and tell her that this is what I'm going through, and she's bothered, and she's not judging me, and she's supporting me, and she's taking it upon herself that this is also her problem. That's what Verified is. Supporting women supporting women. So I went to meet Mr. Chris, and I just told him, I said, Mr. Chris, there's this story I want to do about girls and everything, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I like the story now, so let's do this. And I told him that I said, I want Mr. Ramsey to direct this film. And he said, Mr. Ramsey, it's really difficult to get him to direct a movie like that, or else except he sees vision in it. And I kept praying, I said, God, please, I don't see any other person directing this film except Mr. Ramsey.
We're going to call for audition at some point in time, though we have a few on our hands as we speak. But we're working, and don't forget, it's Pan-African, so we're cutting across, like, you know, other various countries as we speak. We have people down, but like I said, for me, I'll need to verify them.
Wow. That's the one we're going to see now. Wow. That kind of wait.
I would need to verify some of it, because I've not seen their performances as strong as I've seen what they've shown me. But I would rather want to meet them one-on-one and see how they can pull that through, you know. So hence we're still a bit, but like we said on our platforms, either we'll do that or we'll call for another press conference and then unveil all the actors.
There is so much that needs to be revealed, and we can't wait to reveal them. And there's this certainty in my inside that says when that time comes, people will be super excited that they had a chance to be a part of this film. The movie Verified talks about women, talks about Pan-Africanism, talks about unity, talks about supporting one another and saying be yourself, be true, and you know, telling your verified story.
That was the exclusive unveiling of the upcoming project Verified. We now run news from the box office, which tells us highest grossing films from the cinema. As you know, the popularity of a film doesn't determine the quality of the flick. Almost all the time, box office hits don't win awards, especially at the Oscars. Good films are determined by so many criteria, which includes screenplay, cinematography, sound, production design, and other deeper look at the film.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Top 10 Nollywood Grossing Movies. Thanks for plugging in. New movies are in and you'd be surprised who's out. Let's get started.
As humans, we dare to dream. We stumble.
Silent Murder, a film about toxicity and abuse with a hint of animosity, but it's predicated on commentary. It begins our list this week from last week's number 7.
All right, same way you have to find your.
The Bjorn Stephen movie, Breaded Life, comes in at number 8. The film which sees an irresponsible man wake up to only a local bread hawker recognizing him, it's dropped 3 places to number 8.
Don't you have to find a way to survive?
And I can assure Your Excellency, within a short time, we'll get all the hoodlums apprehended.
And from a new movie, The New Patriots, a 2020 Nigerian political drama film directed by Adebayo Tijani and Terry, makes it to number 7. The social impact movie features talented thespians. The film Makota, in its 3rd week, remains unchanged at number 6.
Why? Where is my money? Money and these people don't care about this car.
And formally in the top 3 comes fast-paced action comedy, which tells the story of 2 amateur thieves who accidentally steal the world's most valuable diamond. Mamba's Diamond is at number 5 this week.
You have absolutely nothing to worry about.
Cannot.
Yes, sir!
Yet I call myself a police officer.
It's banking new and it's at number 4, On My Honor. It's a drama starring Ngozi Ezonu, Blessing Nwankwo, Brownie Igboegu, Sharon Ifedi and a host of others. Former number 2, directed by Moses Inwang, is the movie titled Lockdown, and it's starring Nollywood's favourite. It's grossing over 1.6 million naira.
Listen, we must get out of this place.
A prince finds himself in a bizarre love triangle with the marine world. It's directed by Ni Akimolayo, written by Bovi Uboma. It was last week's number 1, it's at number 2, and it is My Village People. Anyila is a film that tells the story of Nigerian musician Anyila Omowura, who used Apala music to address issues of the contemporary society, commending and criticizing various governmental and individual acts. It's grossing over 14 million naira. That's our number 1, everyone.
His craft.
No for London
And the drums don't stop rolling for the top 10 on the Nollywood charts. That's it this week. I'll be back again. Stay safe.
If you miss anything at the box office chart, it's available online and you can always chat back at us at this address. And that's it for this show. Until next time, I am Koisho Tadi asking you to aim high, shoot for the moon. If you miss, you probably end up with the stars.